1. Wholesale prices sank drastically. 2. The children need medicine for malaria and measles. 3. The three main sports in Mongolia are wrestling, archery and horse racing. 4. His slip of the tongue at a press conference may cost him his post. 5. The simplicity of the books makes them suitable for beginners. 6. Life is often compared to a long, burdensome journey. 7. What harm has been done to you? 8. Lessons should be made more accessible to students. 9. The book is being printed and will be published in a fortnight. 10. He was elected president of the university being built at Sendai. 11. I never hear that tune without being reminded of my poor uncle. 12. That dance is becoming very popular among young people, has been proven by a nationwide survey. 13. The sailors didn't know from what country silks and jewels had originally come. 14. Praise, if you don't take it too seriously, can't hurt you. 15. He spoke loudly enough to be heard above the music. 16. He saw a game the rules of which he was quite ignorant of. 17. He is a young man newly come to our town. 18. A man given the award before made a speech at the party. 19. I do not think it is a bad thing for children to be compelled to learn poetry by heart in school. 20. In many places, the forests they burned were replaced by grasslands, which supported increasing populations of grazing mammals. 21. On examination day, he was asked no questions but those I made him work on. 22. Armed thugs, believed to be mafia hitmen, gunned down a judge in southern Italy last week. 23. The engineer, Jeffrey Brown, denied having been told to service the engine before takeoff. 24. The first name of which a child makes conscious use may be compared to a stick by the aid of which a blind man gropes his way. 25. A doctor is so familiar with most of the things that can happen to minds and bodies that little can startle him. 26. On safari, I used a special rifle that I had made up at the Winchester factory. 27. As Jackson senses the impact of what he is saying on the audience, he speaks even more forcefully. 28. Our hands can be the extension of our emotions, representing without what is going on within. 29. The Egyptians knew a method still used to determine if there was an underground source of water in a given place. 30. Judging from what I hear going on around me, youngsters still do the same thing. 31. Our awareness of time has reached such a pitch of intensity that we suffer acutely whenever our travels take us to some place on earth where people are not interested in minutes and seconds. 32. Everything I know about the case is information derived from sources I consider trustworthy. 33. Happiness is doing anything that you are really interested in doing. 34. If we study the private life of a poet, we get new insight into what makes his poetry what it is. 35. Those who destroy law and order on a school campus, often abusing the name of freedom, make it impossible for a school to be what it ought to be, a place of study and education. 36. What little knowledge we have about viruses makes it unlikely that a virus normally transmitted only through body fluids would suddenly start travelling by air. 37. Contaminated liquids that have been passed through porcelain filters designed to block the passage of the smallest known bacteria were still able to infect both plants and test animals. 38. Aware that the mould juice had a great power to kill some kinds of bacteria, Fleming then wanted to know if it was harmful to people.